Alright guys, mayang hapon. This is your Sky Medic, Doc John, and welcome to this stream flight this afternoon. And right now we'll be flying domestic route here in the Philippines using the Airbus A350 of flight factor. And we will be flying from Davao International Airport, Francisco Bangoy International Airport, and we will be going to Mactan, Cebu International Airports. Alright. Today is the 13th day of February 2022, the day before Valentine's Day. And best regards to all my friends out there and fellow virtual aviators. Okay, so we are live on VATSIM as Philippine 1081. And join me as we fly from Davao to Mactan, Cebu in command of this Airbus A350 of flight factor. Alright, without further ado, let's go inside our cockpit. Okay, so we'll review everything that we have already placed initially on our aircraft, pero wala pa tayo na ilagay sa ating FMC. Okay, so let's break out this first. Ground services natin, airplane. Yun. So for this flight, we have 142 passengers and cargo natin is 13.5. Luggage weight natin is 2,318 kilograms. Zero fuel weight natin for this flight is 169.9 tons and center of gravity is 19%. Total fuel on board natin is 16,258 kilograms of fuel or 16.2 tons. So divided as follows na ito. Destination natin 4.4 tons, alternative natin 5.4, contingency 1.4, APU time and taxi time both have 10 minutes allotment, and the remaining for takeoff is 4,733 kilograms of fuel. Okay, so let's now proceed to our FMC, guys. So dahan-dahan natin ilalagay yung flight plan natin. So we're expected to depart runway 05 of Davao. Check, yes. Yan, so lagay muna natin RPMD, that is Davao, going to RPVM Mactan. So we're just expecting 42 minutes of airtime. Flight level natin is 300 or 30,000 feet. Cost index for this flight is 23, medyo mataas. Flight number natin is Philippine 1081. Zero fuel weight natin 169.9. Center of gravity is 19%. Block fuel natin again is 16. Okay, round off na lang natin 16.3 tons. There you go. For our flight, we're expected to depart runway 05 via the Jofer 3 Romeo departure. Okay, there you go. Then after Jofer, there'll be Airway Whiskey 8 going to Bohol. Okay, that will be our last waypoint before we enter our star. Okay, initial assignment for arrival natin in Mactan is runway 04. And Bohol 3 Papa yung SID, star natin. Okay, we'll just review it once we are airborne later, guys. Okay, checking for any discontinuity. Wala na tayong discontinuity on our flight plan. Okay, lagay na natin yung perf natin. Flap setting, try natin configure 1. So 136 V1 and V2 is 139. So 136 there. VR is 136 and V2 natin is 139. Flex temperature natin is 46. Flaps 1 tayo. Wala tayong THS. This is automatic. Yan. Let's check our route, guys, before we proceed further. So plan natin. Yan. Okay, there you go. Okay, that's our flight plan. Kinibat, Jofer, Gonid, Balin, Yayin, Bohol, Rolin, Drigo, Victor Mike 04 Alpha, and Victor Mike 04 Bravo for runway 04. Okay, that's good. Wala tayong problema sa flight plan natin. Okay, next thing we'll do, check the weather here in Davao, Francisco Bangoy International Airport as of 15:19 Zulu time, or that will be roughly 19 01:19 p.m. QNH pressure natin is 1009, temperature is 29 degrees, dew point 23, surface winds natin 030 degrees at 10 knots. Actually, it's variable at 10 knots. Variable direction natin from 360 to 060. Good visibility time, more than 10 kilometers. No precipitation reported. Ayan, 1010, 1009, constraint on. Initial climb natin 150. And there you go. Okay, I think everything is now set. And our pushback tractor is already set for pushback for runway 05. So, pwede na tayong mag-depart. Close na natin yung cabin doors natin.
Hi, Captain.
Hi, Sir Brico. Sana makasama ka. Sorry for the late invitation. Bang may bilisan sporadic nga yung schedule natin Okay, pa-arm na natin ang doors.
Go ahead and arm the doors. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I'd like to welcome you aboard the aircraft. We're slightly running behind schedule, but we should be able to make up the time difference once we get up in the air. We got some ground, we're loading the final bits of luggage onto the aircraft. If you can please help the cabin crew by getting yourself set comfortably with seatbelts fastened, we should be able to depart in just a few minutes. So now though, I'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with us today, and I hope you enjoy the flight.
Anti-skid on. Auto brakes on max. Okay. Wala tayong problema sa ating throttles. Switches are on, working, everything is working, flaps working, spoilers working. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Alright guys, just a short recap for our flight for this afternoon. This is the Flight Factor Airbus A350 with the Philippine Airlines livery. We will be flying live on VATSIM as Philippine 1081, departing Davao Francisco Bangoy International Airport. And we will be going to Mactan Cebu International Airport. We're just expecting some 42 minutes of airtime for a cruising altitude of 30,000 feet. And we have 142 passengers on board and 13.5 tons of cargo. Okay, so I think we're ready. Let's do our before start checklist. Okay, first, APU bleed is on, and let's remove first our external power. Yun. Everything is now tanggal na. Okay, cockpit preps completed, gear pins and covers removed, signs on auto, others on nav, check. Fuel quantity natin, check at 16.2 tons. Takeoff data, initial climb natin 150, QNH natin 1009, checked. And down to the line, below the line, windows and doors are closed, beacon is now on, thrust levers on idle, and parking brakes as required. And before start checklist is complete. Okay, checking on VATSIM. Okay, may isa tayong arrival, Sputnik 467. So, tamang-tama lang yan. Okay. Double check natin if it's working. There you go. 122.8. Davao Traffic Advisory. Philippine 1081 Heavy commencing pushback and start for runway 05. Right, no objections. Engine mode selector to ignite, number process, bleed pressure is up, parking brakes release, pressure 0.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, starting engine number 1. Hi, Bricks. Kamusta? Sorry, short notice lang to Sabi ko sa iyo, sporadic yung schedule natin Okay, checking. There is one arrival, I think, for Davao. Yep, merong isa tayong arrival in Davao. Okay, cabin announcement. Alright, engine number 1 is now stable. Starting engine number 2.
Mabuhay! Welcome on board this Philippine Airlines flight. Before we depart, we want to let you know how much we care about your safety. This is inspired by everyone in the country for the safety of everyone in this flight.
Before settling down, be sure all carry-on items are securely stored in the overhead cord and small heavy items under the seat. Let us also ensure that all aisles and exit doors are clear of any items.
Smoking in the airplane is strictly prohibited. This includes the use or charging of e-cigarettes.
Also, tampering with, disabling, or destroying lavatory smoke detectors is a serious offense. Please set your mobile and tablet devices to airplane mode. Make sure you store large devices at this time. Also, please switch off all your transmitting portable electronic devices.
Okay, engine number 2 is now stable. Engine mode selector to norm. Let's turn off our APU bleed.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Fasten your seatbelt throughout
Parking brake set.
Connecting
Pressure
to
0.
stand by.
Okay, flaps 1.
Insert the metal end
Ground spoilers arm.
until you tighten, pull the loose end from the strap. Grease your seatbelt, hit the top of the buckle, and pull freely.
Also, please fasten your seatbelt over your blankets. Our crew can easily see that you're safely strapped in. Should there be a rapid change in cabin pressure, oxygen masks will automatically drop in front of you. When this happens, pull mask firmly towards you to start the flow of oxygen, placing over your nose and mouth.
Okay, wait lang natin. Ma-disconnect yung pushback tractor natin.
Hose disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Alright, thank you sir. So after start checklist na tayo, anti-ice required, ICAM status check, pitch stream automatic naman yan, rudder trim reset to 0 na, hand signals and pins are expected to be received on my right.
In the event of an emergency landing, remove all sharp objects from your body. Wait for instructions to join to displace position.
Alright, there you go. There goes our hand signals and after start checklist is now complete. Okay, let's do our flight controls check.
Your life vest can be found under your seat or inside your center console.
Rudders,
To
Full
use your
left.
life vest, place it over your head.
full right, neutral.
Wrap the
Ele-
belt around
elevators,
your neck
full
and
up,
push the end to buckle. Inflate your
full
left
down,
wrist by pulling down
neutral.
the inflation
Ailerons,
cord at the bottom or by
full up,
pulling them out. To release air, push
full left, full right pala.
Inflate your
And
life vest
neutral.
only outside the
Flight
aircraft.
controls
Your life
checked.
vest light
Alright.
will automatically switch on
And
once
we're
the
ready to
first
go.
step
Pero
on.
meron tayong isang arriving traffic. Hindi ko alam kung saan siya dadaan. Mag-overhead siguro siya. Okay, before takeoff checklist natin, flight controls are checked, flight instruments checked, briefing confirmed. Ay, hindi pa tayo nag-briefing, so sorry about that. So magbi-briefing muna tayo before tayo. Anyway, may arriving traffic naman tayo.
Flight safety procedure through reading the safety card found in the seat pocket in front of you. Also, please be extra careful with handling the
Okay, this is Jepenson Chart 10-9, published 17th of November 2017.
We hope you enjoyed this.
Airport elevation natin is 93 feet, Davao, Philippines, Bangoy International Airport. We are now currently facing Alpha 3 and our taxi route will be Alpha 3 and enter the active and backtrack runway 05. For our departure, we will be using Jepenson Chart 10-3 Charlie, published 1st of May 2020, Francisco Bangoy International Airport. We will be departing by the Joe 43 Romeo departure, that is RNP departures for runway 05. So Jofer 3 Romeo departure, we'll be climbing course 50 degrees and at 1,000 feet, return left direct to Nibat, to Elisa, then to Jofer. Okay, so 050 degrees and at 1,000, you can turn to Nibat, Elisa, then Jofer. So wala tayong altitude restrictions, guys. Okay, saan ba yung isang aeroplano? So mag-overhead siya. I think this is overhead. Okay. Davao Traffic Advisory Philippine 181 will taxi Alpha 3, holding short for runway 05 for the arriving traffic. Those lights to taxi. Monitor lights on. Okay, parking brakes release. Pressure 0. Okay, take. Weather systems on.
Tower traffic is not 2,200 square feet per second.
Okay, time check right now. It's already 31 minutes past the hour of 1 in the afternoon. So we are using real world time and real world weather, guys. Hi, Sir Rorich Lim. Hello, Lodi. Magandang hapon. Yan, si Brico, then si Rorich. Pasensya guys, hindi tayo nakakapag-controller lately. Been preparing for my training for my tower. So hopefully by next week magkikita-kita na tayo as tower controller na ako. Yan. So ayan. Clear on the right side, clear the left side. So plan natin, we will be holding runway 05 kasi may arriving traffic tayo. Alright, parking rate set, pressure is up. Davao Traffic Philippine 181 holding short runway 05. Yon. So guys, meron tayong arriving traffic, that is Sputnik 467. So magi-giveaway tayo for arrival. So sa mga lumilipad in Unicom guys, so parang it's a matter of courtesy na lang for the other flyers. But also is take on mind, yung may priority is always yung landing. So if given the opportunity na kayo pa namang maghintay ng departure mo, paunahin natin yung mga nagdi-depart. Yung mag-arrive pala. Okay. So, antay muna natin. Nasaan na ba siya? Yan. Nasa dulo na siya. About to turn for final for runway 05. Okay guys, just a short recap for our flight. This is flight factor Airbus A350-900 and we will be departing Francisco Bangoy International Airport here in Davao and we will be going to Mactan Cebu International Airport in Cebu, Central Visayas. We will just be expecting some 42 minutes of airtime for an cruising altitude of 30,000 feet and we will be transporting 142 passengers and 13.5 tons of cargo going to Mactan, Cebu. Yan. So I'm checking ngayon yung kamusta yung stream quality natin.
Turning final runway 05.
Okay. Take your time, Sputnik. Okay, so expected departure natin pala guys is 1:15 in the afternoon. So late na tayo for around 19 minutes. So medyo yung satisfaction ng mga pasahero bumababa na ngayon. 28% lang yung satisfied at bumababa. So out of 142 passengers, 28% lang yung satisfied. Well, typical delay in the Philippines. Wala tayong magagawa dyan. So anyway, we'll be using this Airbus A350, isa sa mga pinakamabilis na eroplano ng Airbus. Well, if I'm not mistaken, pero yung pinakamabilis syempre is the Airbus A380 on the Airbus family. Pero sa mga two-engine aircraft, I think the A350 is the fastest. I know kung sino mas mabilis sa kanila ng A330 na bago. Hindi ko lang alam. Not so sure. Okay, so tingnan natin. Ayun. On final na si Sputnik. Nakikita ko na yung landing lights niya. Tingnan nga natin. Sa pilot view, ayun. Kitang-kita na natin yung landing lights niya. Pero I think hindi pa siya naka-align sa runway. He is about to align for the runway. Okay, so habang iniintay natin siyang tumating. Okay, gonna look for may ice cream. May paborito ako dito eh. Yun. So guys, we are currently still holding at Alpha 3 for runway 05, giving way for the arriving traffic in runway 05. So that is Sputnik. Inbound Mach 10 din ako ngayon. Talaga? Saan ka? Malis na ba si... Saan ka ba, Rorich? Anong flight number mo ba, Rorich? Sino kaya? Details natin, Mactan. Yun. Okay, balik muna tayo dito sa map natin. Andito Zambuzer. Okay. Yun, si 1550174. Nandun ka pala sa Zamboanga. Cebu 432 nga, no? Yan, puro tayo ganding Galabaw. Sige, habang iniintay natin si Sputnik na dumating, review natin. Nasaan ba si Rorich ngayon? Ito siya. So, nasa Zamboanga siya ngayon. So, he is in command of sa Cebu 432. Ano ba aeroplano mo, sir? 321 or 319? Or baka A330? Wala pa siyang so far flight plan, pero he said he will be going to Mactan, Cebu also. Yan. So, active ngayon as ground controller sa Subic, si William. Go, Sendo. Yan. Mga kasama kong nasa S1. Pinapa-fast track na din yung training namin para kapag makapag-tower. Kasi meron kaming magandang event na ibibigay sa inyo ngayong VATSIM Philippines. Okay, Sputnik 467 just touched down. Okay, so naka-Airbus A330 siya. Tama ba? Okay, ready na tayo for departure.
Cabin crew, please take off, please.
Parang hindi siya Airbus A330, parang A300 siya. Oh, parang A300. Yun. Welcome to Davao. Davao Traffic Advisory, Philippine 108 Heavy, backtracking runway 05. Okay, strobe lights on na tayo, landing lights on tayo, runway turn off lights off, parking brakes release, and pressure 0. Parang A330 siya yata. A330 pala yan. Okay, clear on the arriving side. Sa departing side, meron pa si Sputnik 467. Okay guys, we're now backtracking runway 05. So before tayo mag-sterile cockpit muna, short recap, Airbus A350-900, the flight factor. We are live on VATSIM as Philippine 1081. We will be flying from Francisco Bangoy International Airport here in Davao, and we're going to Mactan Cebu International Airport, expecting some 42 minutes of airtime for a cruising altitude of 30,000 feet. And we will be transporting around 142 passengers and 13.5 tons of cargo going to Cebu. Okay, so yung departure natin is Jofer 3 Romeo departure. So wala tayong altitude restrictions, only at 1,000 feet before we turn to Waypoint Nipat. Yun, si Rorich nakapag-file na din ng flight plan niya. He has an Airbus A319. Yan. Mga next week siguro mag-Airbus A319 din tayo. Kasi depende yan sa mga route na pinipili natin. Okay, time check, 41 minutes na. So, past the hour of 1. So, delayed na talaga tayo ng around 20 minutes ng departure natin. Sige lang. Okay, prepare na natin checklist natin for finishing up the before takeoff checklist. Okay, clear on the left side, clear on the right side. Okay, lining up muna tayo. Okay, park and brake set, pressures up, below the line. Takeoff runway 05 confirmed. Cabin crew advised, TCAS on TARA. Double checking everything. Yes, nasa TARA. Engine mode selector to norm and packs will be on for this departure. And before takeoff checklist is complete. Okay, let's transmit on Unicom. Davao traffic, Philippine 181 heavy rolling runway 05. No slides to take off. Naka-on na ba strobe lights natin? Parang hindi. Ano ba to? Oh, naka-on na rin siya. Yun. Kanina kasi hindi. Alright, and we're ready to go. Terrain ND will be on my side. Together with...
Thank you, sir.
Yo. Okay, park and brakes release, pressure 0, 50% power, go.
Thank you, sir. Pinauna mo ako lumapag, sir, before ka nag-take off. Thank you, sir. Have a safe flight.
Welcome, welcome. Right. Engines are stable. Manflex 46, SRS runway, auto thrust blue, checked. Thrust set. 100 knots.
V1.
Rotate.
Positive rate, gear up.
Alright, gear up. Autopilot 1 engage. Davao traffic, Philippine 181 heavy. Now airborne, passing 1,100 feet on Jofer 3 Romeo departure IFR Mactan. Okay. Thrust climb check. Okay. Magkuhan muna tayo. Speed manage tayo. Akyatin muna natin 250 knots or 220 knots muna. Basta makalagpas lang tayo ng green dot para hindi tayo mag-stall. Alright, and we're airborne. Okay, flaps 0, speed check, flap 0. Okay, passing green dot, ground spoilers disarm, nose lights off. Okay, let's do our after takeoff climb checklist. Landing gear up, flaps retracted, spoilers disarm, packs are on, down to the line. Right, wait natin 10,000 feet before we turn off our landing lights. Okay, speed resume as published. And we're airborne. Alright guys, we will be approaching 7,000 feet. So this is again Philippine Airlines 181 live on VATSIM, utilizing the Airbus A350-900 flight factor. We are still climbing to flight level 150, our initial climb. So tandaan nyo guys, if ever merong controller tayo, yung almost all of the airports in the Philippines other than Manila, initial climb is 150. So simulate natin, kunyari meron tayong controller, so initial climb natin is 150. Pero yung cruising altitude natin is 30,000 feet. It's an even numbered route kasi papunta tayo ng westbound from Davao to Mactan, Cebu. Right, 10,000 feet, landing lights off, no turbulence, seatbelt signs off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign, so you are free to move about the cabin.
So, ang glasses, yun. Anong glasses? Okay, 11,000 feet, passing transition altitude, standard set, checked, done. Passing flight level, 120 now, no difference down to the line, and after takeoff climb checklist is complete. Okay, so usually I use this old FMS or FMC nila guys. So, progress page natin. Alagay muna natin RPVM runway 04. Okay, we are now 90 nautical miles away from our top of descent. So, time check right now, guys. It's already 1:48 in the afternoon. We are expected to be on our top of descent at 1 minute past the hour of 2 in the afternoon. And yung arrival time natin, weather and traffic permitting, in Mactan is 24 minutes past the hour of 2 in the afternoon. Alright. So, terrain ND will be off na. Increase na natin yung range ng ating navigation display. Gawin natin 80 nautical miles kasi malapit na tayo sa top of descent natin. Okay, so usually at 80 nautical miles nagpaplano na tayo kapag anong runway yung gagamitin natin sa destination airport natin. So ngayon, we will be checking the latest METAR or weather information in Lapu-Lapu, Mactan, Cebu. So ngayon, according to our active sky, winds variable pa rin between 010 degrees to 07 degrees. Variable ang wind at 7 knots. Visibility is good, more than 10 kilometers. No precipitation reported naman. QNH natin is 1010. Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, runway 04 di yung ibibigay sa atin. Okay, continue climb na pala tayo to 30,000 feet, guys. There you go. Traffic advisory Philippine 1 straight 1 heavy will continue climb flight level 300 IFR Mactan Cebu. Okay, runway 04 is favorable for our wind in Mactan Cebu. Nice. So kung titingnan natin dito sa navigation display natin, we will be on our top of climb just after we crossed or commenced waypoint Jofer. Alright. Yan. Nagwawala pa yung weather system natin. Hindi niya makapag-decide kung ibibigay sa ating weather. Okay, this is our aircraft for this flight, guys. This is the Airbus A350-900 of flight factor. We are still climbing to an altitude of 30,000 feet. Initial climb natin is 150. We departed runway 05 of the Francisco Bango International Airport in Davao via the Jofer 3 Romeo departure. So nasa SID pa tayo. We are climbing via the SID. And we're expected to be touching down runway 04 of Mactan, Cebu. Yan. So, habang nihintay natin tayo mag-reach tayo ng top of climb natin, we will be preparing our charts for our arrival. Okay, balik na nga tayo dito. Ang gulo ng weather natin, hindi pa makapag-decide. Okay, dito tayong view. Mas maganda tong view na to. Bakit kaya? Ano nangyayari dito? Okay, refreshing the weather. So yung approaches natin in Mactan, Cebu, guys, is only RNAV and VOR. So we will be using the RNAV. And yung arrival natin is I think Bohol Tripapa. Yes, Bohol Tripapa. Okay, balik tayo sa cockpit. Hindi kaya. Malakas talaga kumain ng FPS flight factor. Tapos dagdagan pa ng weather systems natin. Yung cloud art natin. Okay, so less than 80 nautical miles nang tayo before our top of descent. Let's now have our arrival briefing. But before that, we will be checking. Yun, lumipad na din si Rorich. Ayan. Magkaabot kami ng Mactan mamaya. Yun, sino nag-online sa Manila? This is Miko yan. Yun, si Miko online as Manila approach. Best regards yan, Sir Miko, and to our ground controller in Subic, which is William Sendo. Yan. Mamaya na ako. Lipad-lipad muna. Okay, let's now have our arrival briefing kasi wala naman tayong controller ngayon. So we will be arriving Bohol Tripapa. So unahin natin muna, this is Jeppesen chart 10-2 Foxtrot, published 19th of April 2019. Effectivity natin is 25th of April. Lapu-Lapu, Philippines, Mactan, Cebu. Okay, basahin mo natin. Bohol, Tripapa. From Bohol at or above 13,000 feet to Rolin, to Drigo at or above 4,000 feet. So, Bohol, Rolin, then Drigo. So, at Bohol, meron tayong altitude restriction, 13,000 feet or above. Then, at Drigo, at or above 4,000 feet, together with our speed restriction of 250 knots.
We are about to serve food. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position and clear.
Okay, delayed yung pag-serve ng food natin. Bilisan nyo lang. Okay, for our arrival naman guys, we will be using the Jeppesen chart 12-1. Published natin 6th of October 2017. Effectivity is 12th of October. Mactan, Cebu International Airport. Arnav, runway 04. Final approach course natin is 46 degrees. And mandatory altitude natin is 2,400 feet at Victor Mike 04 Bravo. Yung MDA natin or minimum decision altitude natin is 410 feet. Airport elevation is 32 feet and runway elevation is 21 feet.
We're a bit delayed on departure, but you can make sure everything is clear out of the aisle. Our flight attendant, that'd be great. Please enjoy the flight. Thank you.
Okay, continue natin. Minimum sector altitude around the aerodrome is 4,000... No. At northwest at 4,900 feet. In case of a misapproach climb course, 46 degrees and at 2,000 feet, turn right direct to Jodem, then to Drigo and hold at 4,000 feet or instructed by the ATC and do not exceed 250 knots until Drigo and do not turn before na missed approach point. Transition level natin is flight level 1-0. So from Drigo, meron tayong altitude restriction nga kanina, 4,000 and 250 knots maximum. Then at Victor Mike 04 Alpha, 2,400. Between the Victor Mike 04 Alpha to Victor Mike 04 Bravo, maintain natin yung 2,400 feet. But however, at Victor Mike 04 Bravo, yung maximum speed na lang natin is 185 knots in preparation for our arrival. And for our aerodrome chart, this is 10-9, published 13th of December 2019. Airport elevation natin is 35 feet and we are expected to touch down runway 04 with a length of 3.3 kilometers. And I don't know kung anong latest NOTAMs in Cebu. Try natin basahin if may latest NOTAMs if we are allowed to vacate via Echo or Delta or we will be taking Charlie since heavy naman tayo. Tingnan natin. Okay, that concludes our arrival briefing guys. Yan. So, top of descent natin is less than 40 nautical miles na lang. So, prepare na tayo. So, try natin magbasa ng NOTAMs in Mactan. Tingnan nga natin, meron. Okay, time check right now guys. 2 minutes before the hour of 2 in the afternoon. We are flying real world weather and real world time. Okay, so walang specific NOTAMs in Mactan. So okay lang tayo, wala tayong problema. Still winds favorable for landing, runway 04. So variable at 010 to 070 at 7 knots. So from 28% na passenger satisfaction kanina, tumaas na ngayon to 75%. So kailangan palang iangat, ilipad ng yung eroplano to para magka-satisfy yung mga pasahero. Alright guys, just a short recap. This is Flight Factor Airbus A350-900 with the Philippine Airlines livery. We are flying live on VATSIM as Philippine 181 and we are still maintaining our cruising altitude of 30,000 feet going to our destination airport which is Mactan Cebu International Airport. We departed Francisco Bangoy International Airport in Davao. We have 142 passengers on board and 13.5 tons of cargo. And we're just expecting some 42 minutes of airtime going to Mactan, Cebu. Kung papala rin, meron pa tayong enough time mamaya. Try natin lumipad going to Manila kasi meron tayong approach controller. Pero meron sa kung mamayang hapon alas 3:30. So, parang hindi tayo makakalipad. Try lang natin. So hoping sana maganda yung quality ng stream natin kasi mabagal talaga yung internet dito guys sa rural area. So ngayon parang hindi pa tayo naka-fiber. Ang taas nga ng tawag dito yung plan ko. Yun nga lang hindi pa siya fiber kasi ilang meters na lang aabot na sana yung fiber dito sa bahay. Okay, yan malapit na tayo. Okay, in just around 1 minute, magbibigyan na tayo ng descent natin. So if wala tayong controller, we will be descending by the star up to our mandatory altitude of 2,400 feet. Alright. Ayos naman yung quality, sir. Nag-sir na talaga si Brico sa akin. Oh. Pero okay na yun sa akin yung doc kaysa sir. Kasi hindi naman technically, hindi naman ako piloto eh. Virtual lang tayo. Yan. Actually, pwede pa nating bilisan. Pero nga lang, magta-top of descent na tayo. So, okay. Pabayaan na lang natin. Alright, so sana makagawa ng maayos na ang yung ini-builds kasi I'm looking forward talaga if ever it's true na yung ini-builds will be doing or working for the Airbus A380. So hopefully talaga kasi maganda yung project ng ini-builds for the Airbus A300, the A310 and the Beluga. Okay, let's now descend. Initially tayo muna, gawin na 2,000. Traffic advisory Philippine 181 heavy leaving flight level 300 on initial descent via the Bohol 3 Papa arrival runway 04 Mactan, Cebu. Okay, we are now commencing our descent via the Bohol 3 Papa arrival. Yan.
Ladies and gentlemen from the cockpit, we've got ahead to speak on our descent. If you could please help the cabin crew by clean up any trash or anything, that would be most appreciated.
Ayaw nyo pong mag-Boeing. Actually gusto. Kaso nga lang, ewan ko parang hindi ko...
Please turn off all electronic devices.
Yung mind ko kasi parang parang ayaw mag-learn ng Boeing. Parang gusto ko kasi naiinggit ako sa naka-Boeing 777 sa totoo lang. Yung mga lumilipad ng Boeing 777 virtually, naiinggit talaga ako. Kaso nga lang yung parang utak ko talaga parang Airbus baby talaga. sorry guys, sorry. Naambot ng hika ko ngayon. Okay. Pero talaga, gusto kong lumipad ng Boeing. Naiinggit talaga ako. Okay, short recap na lang guys. Kasi nakapag-arrival briefing na tayo. Yung arrival natin will be Bohol 3 Papa. So, dadaan tayo sa taas ng waypoint Bohol at above 13,000 feet. Forgot ko ano yung naka-assign sa SID natin. But we are now descending to 2,000 feet via the star. So, altitude restriction at Bohol at above 13,000 feet. Then to Rolin. Then at Drigo, meron din another altitude restriction at above 4,000 feet. Maximum speed natin is 250 knots. Anyway, kapag wala namang if otherwise instructed by the ATC, yung maximum speed naman talaga below 10,000 feet is 250 knots. Anyway, yan. Then for our arrival, for our approach, Drigo tayo, 4,000 feet, maximum 250 knots. Then Victor Mike 04 Alpha, 2,400. Then Victor Mike 04 Bravo, maximum 185 knots, maintaining 2,400 feet prior. Yan. So wala naman akong nabasang notams, pero if kaya nating magpakita ng runway via echo, okay, so plan natin, Delta, Echo Delta, then maybe I will be turning, saan kaya ako mag-park dito? Dito ba sa kabilang side ba ng new terminal or nasa west side ng bagong terminal? Try natin mamaya, nasa west side tayo ng bagong terminal. So, taxi natin Echo, Delta, Bravo, and Foxtrot 2. Okay, nasa na ba tayo? Alright, malapit na tayo sa Bohol. Start up pa lang nung 777, ang dami na agad pinipundot. Yes, tama. Actually, I've tried learning kasi yung Airbus nga, most of it I learned via YouTube University at sa mga batikang streamers natin. So, parang doon ako nag-aral sa Airbus. Pero tingnan nga, madali nga si Airbus. Pero yun nga, sabi nila, real pilots sa fly Boeing. Alam mo, kapag tumitingin ako sa Instagram, yung mga palahating mga nakapost doon, most of the time is Boeing 777, especially yung bagong Boeing ngayon, yung parang ano ba na, nagbe-bend yung, hindi naman bend pala, nagka-fold yung wingtips, ganda nun. Okay, so descending pa tayo guys. Continue lang tayo muna as of the moment. Wala tayong ayusin muna. Yung ano, kasi nununood din ako ng mga streams ng 777. Daming pipindutin. Actually, yung pinagkaiba sa lahat ng Airbus na eroplano ko, except the ini-builds, kasi parang yun nga, parang lumang Airbus talaga doon, parang Boeing-ish Airbus. So between the A319 up to the A350 na family, yung medyo lihis talaga sa cockpit is this one, this the Airbus A350. Kung yun nga, kung makikita nyo, puro siya parang glass panel. Yung isa nga dito in real world is touchscreen pa. Kaya nga ako, pag nag-i-enter ako dito sa FMC, I'm using the old FMC. Luckily, it's working, yung nasa middle panel or na in between the seats. Pwede itong gamitin ito. Kaso nga lang, there are some parts yata na parang merong bug. Yan. Okay, mind you, this is legit yung Airbus T50 natin. So, yan. Not because na meron na may bug. Pero, mas prefer ko yung FMC natin dito. Mas nasanay kasi ako. Kasi Airbus A330, the Airbus 321, 319, magkakapareho yung cockpit. Almost magkakapareho yung cockpit. Ito lang taga sa A350 yung pinag-, even the A340. Okay? Decrease natin yung navigation range natin to 40 nautical miles. So, makikita na natin yung waypoint Bohol. According naman sa flight plan natin, at waypoint Bohol will be at 12,000. O bakit 12,000? Eh, may altitude restriction tayo na 13,000. Bakit hindi siya sumunod ng altitude restriction? Kung titingnan natin bakit hindi sumunod, no? Supposed to be dapat 13,000 dito. Kaso nilagay dito Bohol, 12,000. Pero according to the published, meron tayong altitude restriction. So ano, magpa-follow tayo. Sino ba mauuna sa amin ni Rorich? Okay, according sa VATSPy, yung mauunang maglanding si Sputnik 966. Okay, nasa approach na siya. Susunod, ako. Philippine 108 1617. Tapos si Cebu 432 619 from 2 minutes lang ahead ko sa kanya. Pero hindi to napaka-reliable yung VATSPy. Estimated lang yan. Sa Boeing po, manual po yung speed sa approach, unlike sa Airbus na manage. Oo nga. Ganun ba yun? Manual. Nako. Okay, nasa transition altitude na tayo pala. Sorry about that. Kalimutan ko. Masyadong nako madaldal. Okay, QNH natin is 1010. Set na natin dito. Okay, 1010. 1010. At dito din. Okay. Hirap. Yun. 1010. So parang hindi siya nag-follow ng altitude restriction. Supposed to be at or above 13,000 feet tayo dito. Pero kapag merong controller tayo guys and nag-instruct po siya na descend via the star, pero hindi siya nagsabi na cancels altitude restrictions, kapag may altitude restrictions susundin natin. Okay, so merong approach checklist na tayo. Briefing confirmed, ECAM status check, seatbelts are now on. Okay, and sige, lagay na lang natin yung sa perf natin. Baka makalimutan pa natin. QNH natin in Mach 10, 1010. Ground temperature natin is 31. Winds natin 30 at 7 knots. Tapos minimum decision altitude natin is 410. Alright, there you go. Yan. Alright guys, just a disclaimer, I am not a real world pilot. Yes, virtual ATC and pilot lang tayo dito based here in the Philippines. And all the flows that are happening during the stream, the cockpit or in the ground or on air or whatever in the stream are just for gaming purposes and inspiration purposes muna. This must not be used on any training whatsoever. Kung sino man maligaw sa stream na to at baka gamitin in real world, hindi guys. For streaming purposes lang. Okay, nasa 10,000 feet na tayo, so prudent na tayo. Landing lights are on. Sino bang mauuna sa amin ni Rorich? Parang mauuna yata si Rorich. Parang gusto ko mag-giveaway. Oo, mauna ka na Rorich. Anyway, meron tayong sige, pag-aralan natin. In case we need to hold, meron tayong holding holding points. Dito tayo sa Drigo mag-hold tayo to give way for the arriving traffic. Mas kasi kapag akong lumilipat, mas prefer ko yung pinapauna yung iba. Ako na mag-hold, sir. Oh, sige. sige. Saan ka mag-hold? Sa Kulas. Ganda ng sa tingnan nga natin conditions ngayon in Mactan. Wala bang kasi kahapon nung lumilipad ako, merong mga uy, salamat. Errol, magandang hapon. Lodi, nasaan ka ba? Lumilipad ka ba, Errol? Yung mga malakasang lumilipad sa Pilipinas, yan. Sina Errol, Rorich, yan. Parati kong nakikita yan. Lumilipad ba si Errol? Hindi. Or baka nasa ibang bansa. Yo, Errol. Malakasan din yung boses ni Errol kapag naririnig nyo guys sa ATC. Yun nga sabi nga mga kaibigan ko sa ATC, parang the longer you control as virtual ATC, nakikilala mo na talaga yung boses ng mga parating lumilipad sa Pilipinas. So alam ko na yung boses ni ganito, ni ganito. Kay Brico hindi ko pa siya, paminsan-minsan pa lang kami umaabot as 8, nag-aabot na ako yung ATC kay Brico. Pero si Errol parati yan. Mayang gabi pa, sir. Okay, sige. Hopefully mag-continue yung training ko mamaya kasi na on the process of training. The process of training na. Malapit na. Mga 1 or 2 sessions na lang. My God, wag niyo akong sa CPT ko sa train sa Manila. Alright, we are now at 8,000 feet guys. So hopefully supposed to be dapat at 8,000 feet sterile cockpit na tayo. Okay. 8. Okay, ayusin natin to 2,400 feet. Mandatory altitude natin. Okay, further reduce natin yung navigation range natin. Bilisan natin, 250. Meron namang maximum speed eh.
And your train is located in the upright position. Any items
Terrain ND will be on my side na pala. Kalimutan.
after wind. Thank you.
Okay, double checking everything muna. Baka may nakalimutan tayo. Wala naman tayong ayusin sa radnav kasi RNAV approach tayo. Check natin, approach phase natin. Walang nagbago sa weather conditions in Mactan. 1010 pa rin. 31, 37. Okay. Go back tayo sa flight plan. Yun. May nilulutong magandang event yung VATSIM Philippines para sa lahat ng lumilipad dito sa Pilipinas. So, abang-abangan. Kaya na ine-expedite na kami. Yan. Magandang event yan dito sa Pilipinas. Okay, maintaining muna tayo sa 250 knots para at least hindi masyadong matagalan mag-hold si Rorich sa Kulas. So, meron tayong tatlong holding points prior sa runway 04. So, iyan si Drigo, Kulas, and Tonyo. So, the ghost coming from the north, yan, doon sa Tonyo. Ghost coming from the west, so pwede kay Kulas. Then, those coming from the south.
Traffic advisory, Cebu 432.
Yun.
10 miles Kulas will hold right, left traffic for traffic sequence.
Yun. Mactan Traffic Advisory, Philippine 181 Heavy, 6 nautical miles inbound, Rigo. Thanks for giving way for me. Thanks. Giving way. Giving way. Ano ba yun? Mali-mali yung pinagsasabi ko. Okay, bilisan natin. Maximum na tayo, 250 knots. Kagabi, sir, di ko sure kung ikaw yung Mactan. Sayang, kakaspawn ko lang biglang. Yes, ako yung spawn. Actually, sir, nakita kita. I think nakita kita, naabutan. Mabuti pinahand off ko na yung nagtataxi sa runway 04. Biglang nag-run out for around 10 minutes. So, may gusto ko sayang, may tatlong traffic. Tatlong traffic pa yun kagabi sa Mactan. Nag-brown out. Paminsan-minsan lang ako makakakuha ng ganong kadaming traffic in Mactan. Tapos sunod-sunod kayo. Imagine mo, nag-online ako from around 9 o'clock in the evening. Tapos ayan, sunod-sunod na may nag-online na depart Mactan, Cebu. Marami. So, sayang talaga. Kaso nga lang yun, nag-brown out. Okay, checking sa VATSIM. Okay, so Cebu 432 nasa area na po siya ng Kulas. So sabi niya will be holding pattern siya, left holding pattern. Tayo continue muna. Okay, resume speed na tayo as published. Okay, tanggalin ko muna terrain MD, masakit sa mata. Anyway, naka-terrain ND naman sa PM side. Bound for Subic ako noon, ha. Tinay ko yung circle to land 25. Ay, maganda yan. Nakatry ako ng circle to land 25. Nakatry din ako at least. Pero mga one missed approach sa runway 25. Tapos umikot ako. Tapos yan, nakapag-landing ng maayos so far. Yung mga circle to land, no? Subic, Puerto Princesa. Saan ba may circle to land sa Pilipinas? So far, sa pagkakaalam ko, yung dalawa eh. Mactan Traffic Philippine 181 joining base for runway 04. Okay, prepare na natin.
Cabin crew, go ahead and take your stage for landing. Thank you.
Okay, set na natin yung brakes natin to... Okay, bakit ayaw gumalaw?
Traffic Cebu 432 now holding over Kulas, left traffic.
Okay, pwede na siyang dumiretso. Okay, magkaabot. Mactan Traffic Philippine 181 turning final for runway 04. Okay. Approach phase on. Autopilot to engage. Flaps 1, speed check, flaps 1. Final up checked. Flaps 2, speed check, flaps 2. Bakit naka-off to? Okay. Okay, cabin is now secured and cabin crew seated. Let's do our landing checklist. Cabin crew advised, auto thrust on speed, auto brakes on low, eco memo landing no blue, landing checklist complete. Hindi, madumi talaga. Bakit bumalik ang landing lights to off? Okay, gear down. Pangit ng animation nito, ganon kabilis. Flaps 3, speed check, flaps 3. Lights on. And flaps 4, speed check, flaps 4, ground spoilers arm. Tanggalin ko kayong wipers. Ang dumi. Sige na nga lang. Nakakairita yung wiper sounds. Okay, disengage natin autopilot at 1,000 feet. Okay. Sana maganda yung landing natin. Okay, may isang traffic or isang aircraft na nasa Mactan ngayon. Mactan traffic, Philippine 1381 short final, runway 04. Umuulan nga talaga. Kala ko ba walang precipitation? Hindi naman nag-usap sa group chat si Explain 11, si Active Sky, Yan, binibigyan niya na ako ng turbulence. Okay, disengage natin early. Autopilot disengage, my controls.
1,000.
Okay, for 2 whites, 2 reds, pero hindi pa tayo align. Trying to align. Okay, masyadong mataas pa.
Terrain.
Hundred above, 500.
Ready lang tayo for go around, guys.
Minimum 300.
Think rate. Think rate. Think rate. Think rate.
Yep.
100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 10.
There. Cell spoilers. Reverse green. Knots. 40 knots. Right? Manual braking. Flaps retracted, spoilers disarmed. Ano yung FPM natin? Sakit nun ah. Anyway, umuulan naman para hindi tayo mag-hydroplane. Mactan traffic, Suba, Philippine 181, Bakiti deactive.
Traffic, Cebu 432 on final. RNP up to 4.
Yun, so nag-turn na din. Okay, clear on the right side, clear on the left side. Doon tayo sa bagong terminal. Okay, dito na lang tayo mag after landing checklist. Okay, checking our lights. Taxi na lang. Okay. Okay, landing checklists. Ano pala? After landing checklist, flaps retracted, spoilers disarmed, radar off, predictive windchers off. Down to the line. Right? APU master switch on and APU start. Yun, nakikita ko na si Rorich, oh. Yan na siya, nakasakay na din. Okay, dito tayo mag-park sa west side ng bagong terminal. Okay, according sa self-loading cargo natin, nice landing daw, negative 242 feet per minute. Pero tingnan nga natin mamaya doon sa isa pa nating tawag ba doon? Nagigauge ng landing natin. Okay, clear on the left side, clear on the right side. Okay. Nose lights off na tayo. Yun. Saan ba tayo dito mag-park? Saan ba dito yung para sa mga heavy guts? Dito lang tayo? Sa second? Sa middle?
Advisory Cebu 432 short final. Runway 04.
Okay, trying to align here. Ay, nakalimutan ko yung terrain, MD. Wala munang ground crew na lalapit sa aeroplano. Nakalimutan kong patayin yung weather systems. May expose kayo sa radiation. Okay, sandali lang. Patayin nga natin muna yung weather systems natin. There you go. Kasi may expose sila sa radiation yan, eh. Oops. Okay. Oops. Too far. Anyway, wala tayong magagawa. Bawal naman yung mag-push back dito na naka-reversers. Anyways, sige na lang. Nahuli tayo ng parking brakes, eh. Alright. APU bleed is now on. Tama ba? Yes, APU bleed is now on. And turning off engine number 2. Okay, N1 less than 10%, shutting down engine number 1. Alright. Okay. After landing checklist is now complete, parking checklist, APU bleed is now on, engines off, seatbelt signs off, external lights required, fuel pumps off, parking brakes. Kunyari pang off na lang natin yun. Okay, disembark na tayo. Oops, vehicle lights off.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit once again, we apologize for the slight delay in getting you here. So you are now free to depart at this time. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you. Cabin crew, the airplane is now secure. Go ahead and open the doors.
Wait. Alright, welcome guys to Mactan Cebu International Airport. Ayan, hintayin muna natin mag-landing si Sir Rorich. Yan, Airbus A319 siya, Cebu 432, coming from Zamboanga. Medyo mahangin niya talaga, Sir Rorich. Parang nahirapan ka din nga eh. May hangin ba talaga in Mactan? O talagang ako lang yun? Right. Yun. Importante nakapag-land safely. Okay, time check right now guys. It's already 31 minutes past the hour of 2 in the afternoon. Parang almost isang oras na tayong lumilipad. Off-blocks time natin kanina was around mga 1:20 in the afternoon. So around yan. You're just expecting 42 minutes of airtime. Okay. So, nakapag-land na din si Sir Orich. Ayan. Okay, sir. Magda-disconnect muna ako temporarily in VATSIM and we will be reviewing our landing. Nice flight. Okay, sandali lang. Okay, let's disconnect. And let's try to review our landing. Yan, doon tayo. Okay, check muna natin right wing external view natin. Kamusta yung landing natin? Yun, magulo yung landing natin, oh. Yay! Oh, bakit umiba yung weather? Okay, tingnan nga natin. Anong FPM natin? Nakalimutan ko. Flare. Okay, flare. Okay, negative 240 FPM. Pero masakit yun, ah. Kulang pa sa flare. Kulang pa sa practice. Okay, let's now take a look on our left wing passenger view. Kumusta yung sa side ng pasahero natin, yung landing natin kanina. Medyo napaka-exage naman yung X-camera, ang X-realistic natin siguro sa bumps, sa shakes, pero it's the most we could get to reality. Yan. Kulang sa flare. Okay naman. Good landing naman eh. Negative 240. Okay, so far. So far maganda yung pagkaka-flex ng wings natin. Yun. Okay, and one last view before we end this stream. Tower view natin guys. Tingnan natin. Yan. So makikita natin pag-ewang-gewang yung aeroplano natin. Trying to line kanina eh. Pero so far at least hindi tayo masyadong malayo sa tawag ba dun? Sa center line natin. Oh, medyo mataas nga kanina, diba? Naka all white kanina. Masyadong mataas yung landing natin. So nag-adjust tayo. Kaya nga, mag-alarm siya kanina nung glide slope or okay, tower view natin dito guys, na landing natin. Okay, negative 240. So average talaga natin is negative 240. So far categorized as acceptable to good landing. Yan. Yon. So ayan guys, short recap ng flight natin guys. This is Philippine Airlines Airbus A350-900 of flight factor. We were live on VATSIM as Philippine 1081. We just arrived here at Mactan Cebu International Airport, and we departed Francisco Bangoy International Airport in Davao around 45 minutes ago. We have 142 passengers on board and 13.5 tons of cargo. Medyo nasa medium range tayo ng weight natin. And currently we are taxiing by Echo then to Delta, and we just parked at the new terminal, passenger terminal West Wing. Meron tayo ng cruising altitude natin early was 30,000 feet. Yan. So far, so good yung landing natin. Nagkatid 240 FPM. So far, maganda yung landing natin. Pero, hindi siya butter, pero okay naman. Okay. So we are now nearing the end of our stream guys. If you like this stream guys, don't forget to hit that like or follow button below in order for you to get notified on the next stream. And don't forget also to share this stream into your Facebook and your social media accounts and to your friends in order for them also to get notified on our next stream. This is your Sky Medic, Doc JP, your virtual pilot and ATC base here in the Philippines. Bidding you goodbye for the moment. Study hard guys, be good and keep safe always. Alright guys, until our next stream. See you guys, bye.